Hey everybody, this is Chris. That that buddy over there.
One of these directions. I'm
Yeah.
Rob.
Huh? And
I got a
Joe's
hat.
over there. He's changing shirts because I'm doing a green screen. He looked like he had the sun beating down on him. so,
Yeah.
um, so this is CR Gamer. We're gonna do our live stream. I'm probably gonna do this green screen from now on because it just is easier.
I really want to see how I look with the green light on. I'm gonna do it,
Oh my God, do
but
it.
I'm gonna do it for the lulz. Does it do anything to my face?
Yes, it does.
What does it do?
Open up
It
the.
hasn't. Oh
Oh
my
my
god!
God.
Can I
Oh.
just be a floating hat the whole
No,
time?
no, don't do that.
Just a floating hat.
Turn it off.
What you think about that?
Jesus Christ. Oh
What
my
if I
God.
do a different color?
It won't work because it's a green screen. You just look like you're red in the face.
Oh,
You look like you're
well, I
angry.
don't want that. I did get angry that I had to take off the green light.
Oh man.
All
So
right,
how's everyone doing today?
good. So pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Joe's back with a
I
greener
am
shirt.
with a greener shirt. No, it's blue.
It
Okay.
looks green a little bit, honestly.
Hey, Mike. Mike liked the floating hat.
Well, it's so awkward. um, so Joe, you made it into the top 8.
Top
Yes,
8.
I guess that's one way to put it. If you want to dwarf my accomplishments,
I do.
you really do.
So technically, we have two number ones if you think about it like that, because they didn't have direct competition, but Joe played more people, so we'll just hold that over Ben for a little bit, saying that well, Joe's number one because he beat more people.
More
Um,
wins.
I mean, the tournament isn't over yet, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
So with the
But
we're,
I am proud of beating Shadow in tournament bracket though, because that's the one thing I've never been able to do.
yeah,
Nice.
I mean, Shadow kind of had a rough beat of it going for a couple weeks where he just couldn't get anything to roll, and I
Not
think
in our
against
games.
you, you just beat him.
Yeah,
So
it was really good.
So good.
so good.
So good.
It's so fancy.
Yeah.
So with his match that he had with Troy, the Dice Coalition death match, Troy came out on top, and Troy made it to the next round also, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
So the top 4 is comprised of all the people that I previously played and beat. And it was going to be that way even if Shadow wasn't too. So it's awesome. Now I know how Ben feels
Yeah. Oh,
whenever he goes to the top 8.
hey Mike, speaking of someone that made it in the top 8, you made it in the top 8, buddy.
Nice. Congrats, Mike. I haven't seen any of the standings, so all of these are surprises to me.
Much like every week.
Just like every week. Yeah.
And then in the European bracket, we kind of had a little bit of a shakeup. Well, I guess I don't know. Who was in the top 8 in the EU? I would
Who's in
say,
the top 4?
yeah.
It's Pete, James, Tama, or is it TJ Bozilla? Hang on, before I look like a fool and
Too
offend
late.
TJ one more time.
Dude, what do you have against TJ?
No,
Seriously.
it's not what I have. It's what Ryan has. Ryan is the one who has it against me.
Yeah.
Come on, Ryan.
Ryan was going to join us, but his audio's not working, so
Yeah.
them's the breaks.
Them's are the breaks.
So, yeah. For the EU players, you already named them, right?
Just
Fourth
confirming.
TJ Boz, Peter.
Yeah, TJ Bozilla. Okay. So yeah, it's Peter, TJ Bozilla, James with Dice Masters, James, Zach, and Ben.
Yeah. So we posted the matchups earlier this week. Earlier today, Ryan posted those up so everyone could see them. But the first round, everyone's going to have 2 weeks. I want to make sure everyone's aware that they have 2 weeks to complete the match because of holiday and everything going on, and everyone having to play someone from around the world. To be fair,
Oh, because of Easter's?
Easter's.
Well, because of Easter's, but also because it's really hard to get the European and US
Yeah, lockdown.
time slots to kind of align. Because like I just got done with speaking to Pete,
Hey,
my
Rich.
match, and he was like, "Oh yeah, well I can't do it these days," and I was like, "I can't do it these days." So we're kind of in this weird limbo right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think Ryan, you may want to just check your Discord settings. It may have changed because Discord updated recently. That might be the issue. Just thinking about that.
That
But
could be it.
yeah, what's up, Reg? By the way, audience, hey, glad everyone could join us.
Why do you not have a background? Get a background, sir.
I can't afford a background.
Get educated.
I should just have it black next time so it's just a void. Or I should have put the black hole up behind me. God, missed opportunity. God.
Oh, there's a one big weekend coming up too somewhere.
Yeah. When is the one big weekend?
April the 27th, and we will try our best, if it's Chris or me, to stream the entire thing, or at least the
Nice.
matches that we will be covering.
Yeah.
Cool.
We got Ryan from our team playing in it, and Ben's playing in it is also, isn't he? Or
I believe so.
all right, and then we also have our new best friend in the world, Kevin. He's gonna be playing in it too.
Oh, buddy.
He's been wanting to keep our testing under wraps. He doesn't want everybody to know the team that he's
I mean,
bringing.
he's
Oh.
pretty
we're not,
mean.
we're not gonna tell
Too late.
anyone.
Too late. Spoiler alert. Spill it, Joe.
So
All
what
I know-
exactly is his win condition? Break it down.
All I know, well, combat damage.
Boo! You ruined it.
I mean, it's kind of hard to do non-combat damage wins in modern LCG.
Yeah.
But all I know is that what Ben said earlier this week about how modern LCG is just it's
Weird.
really wonky, and he doesn't like it because of the fact that it's just your top 3 cards in your team lists are going to be, say it with me now, Venerable Dreadnought, Promo Black Widow, and Shriek.
Yeah. I mean,
So, you're going to run into those 3 forms of control in one fashion or another. And a lot of the teams that I've been seeing have just so happened to have all 3 of them on that same team.
you kind of gotta have them on there in that format because those are the big ones.
So
Bam.
I'm not as excited for that one reason, but I'm more excited for the fact that there's a whole lot of other things you can do as far as like control wise or combo wise. Poison Ivy right now just looks really good for that format.
Yeah.
Criminal Because of Love, and I just honestly think that people are going to be bringing that in Phantom Stranger. So
Is that literally Blank Toyman that you're speaking of, Reg? Like where it doesn't have any text?
it's just it's the 3 costs.
Everyone's clamoring for the blank toy man.
Wrong format.
So Vayne, the reason why Dreadnought is good with Black Widow is because it protects your team at the same time as dealing offensive damage to the other team.
Yeah. And you're probably going to be seeing Venerable Dreadnought on every team. So
I mean, it's a
I don't like
double-edged
that
sword.
abbreviation though. VD. It's not.
venereal
that.
disease?
Yeah. Can we come up with another nickname for Venerable Dreadnought?
I just say Dreadnought, but VD is hilarious because it's everybody's friend.
Yeah, everyone.
Because
has
that
it.
sentence, I don't see how VD is good for Black Widow. Technically, it's not.
It's really not. You. All right. Grow up, boys.
But getting back to the business end of the
Yeah,
Dreadnought,
we were at the business end of it.
Get that guy some butter because he's on a roll.
All right.
All right, we're done.
we good. Why don't you work on a background while you're at it?
Drink some water to cool off here. Go ahead, Joe.
Basically, having both of them out on your side of the table prevents their Venerable Dreadnought from reacting to your range. So it's a hard counter, and at the same time, it's a soft block. And then you need the Shriek to be able to blank the Black Widow. And so it's kind of like you have to have all 3 of those pieces in order to have a chance in the tournament.
Yeah. I think not having that, you have to have like something like Collector and have a way to get to it as soon as possible so you can hard counter.
Modern LCG, bro.
Oh, that's right.
Can we do a modern LCG ban list?
Yeah.
Make people get creative.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you
there's
would
a
want
new
to
set
ban all the
coming out.
blankers, Robert.
So
Yeah, I would.
there's technically only two blankers in the form of Parasite and Shriek,
Mm-hmm.
just so you know.
Yeah.
There is Target Lock is the other version of control. Black Widow from Avengers Infinity with the global is the other pseudo control.
Force attack.
Yeah, the force attack. And then Confront the Mighty works really well. As far as like blankers, there's not a lot. Control options, there's more. You have Scarecrow, which ups the costs of 3 of the chosen card, and then it can be a basic action or a character, doesn't matter. And then you have, I'm missing one more that is a good control piece. Oh, Lex Luthor's not really much of one.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah, that's what I don't like about Shriek. If they have the exact kind of thing as you, it comes down to who flinches first on the Shriek.
Yeah, really, it's and so actually, I think people are going to be. That's why I'm saying that Poison Ivy works great here because if you can KO, even if they have their Black Widow out, and let's say their Shriek, as long as their Shriek's not a level 3, as long as you're able to consistently field Poison Ivy and KO a level 3 character, you're always going to have. Oh, that's the other one that I was forgetting. It was the Yellow Lantern Ring.
Yeah.
For Intimidate. That's the other
yeah.
control piece. So basically, your teams are going to be made up of those 4 slots. You've got Shriek, Yellow Lantern Ring, Venerable Dreadnought, and Black Widow. So whichever version of Black Widow works well, but it just so happens that the version, the Force Attacker, also buffs your team. So that's something that people are going for.
Yeah. Is Wonder Woman from the Superman Wonder Woman starter set in the LCG?
She is. So the problem with her, whenever she blanks when fielded and when attacks abilities, is that it hurts you a lot. In modern LCG, there's only really 2 routes to go.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully Ryan can hear us. Can you hear us? No, apparently not. So thanks for that short break, Ryan. Basically, whenever it comes down to the Wonder Woman, the 5 cost, what you have to consider is, am I just going to be doing non-combat damage wins, like unstable canister with Attune? Because you can't use Green Lantern, which works great with your Justice League characters, which Wonder Woman is a Justice League character. You can't use any of the wind-filled effects like Poison Ivy or Shriek. And so that's you're limiting you're narrowing your choices.
So you just do some punching. That's what your team has to be.
I was originally considering brewing up a team if I ever got in miraculously because I took somebody else's slot.
Borrowed, or stole your way into it.
Pretty much, but it's not gonna happen. I'm okay with that. I was brewing a team that used Wonder Woman, but it also used Kal-El's or not Kal-El, Bizarro's global.
Yeah.
And so basically you had Venerable Dreadnought, which is a 4/5/7. You have Wonder Woman, who's a 3/5/7. You have all these like really good defense characters, high defense characters, and you could pretty much just clear their board with a Dreadnought and also Poison Ivy because she has a 4/5/6.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just use the Bizarro global on your team after the board's cleared.
So there's no real global or action or anything that does 1 damage, knocks something out, because that takes care of Staff of the Forgotten and takes care of the uncommon danger room, right?
So there is no. There's ping. Well, not ping. Ping is deals to a player. So there's Throne Brick, which everybody's using. So Throne Brick in combination with something like Zatanna and all your Attune Mystics. So you have Zatanna, Wong, you have Phantom Stranger. And,
but I'm meaning like Staff of the Forgotten, where it just does 1 damage and you knock out something, and you do like the where you spin something up to do 1 damage. That Phoenix or whatever.
Oh,
Or
okay.
Storm.
So yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any of those. Except, okay, so the way you could do it to where it's a board clear is Seeding Corruption, which is the basic action that works like Forgotten, Staff of the Forgotten One, but it doesn't give you the prep ability. It's just KOs whenever your opposing characters take damage. So the combo is Seething Corruption and the Plague Marine that deals 1 damage to all characters.
Grey Hunter.
Grey Hunter, yeah.
And Corruption
So
basic action.
it should be Seething Corruption, yeah.
Okay.
Grey Hunter, yeah, when he's KO'd, deals 1 damage to everybody. And then, so basically, you'll have Unstable Canister and Seething Corruption as your basics. And then you go in with a Grey Hunter, which is a 2/1 on 2 of his faces, I believe. Or it's a 2/1, 3/1, 3/3, I believe, or something ridiculous like that. Really good stats for a 2 mass cost character, by the way. One of my favorites from that set.
Yeah.
But basically, you just KO him, wipe out your opponent's team. Where it fails is up against the promo Black Widow. So you really have to work around. Modern LCG is going to be weird because you find yourself in these really weird situations where it's less rock paper scissors and more of Red Rover.
Yeah. I mean, it almost seems like the force attack Black Widow might be better in some instances, but you're left wide open to other things. It's very weird.
Yeah, another good suggestion, by the way, Reg, Songbird. Songbird, I don't like having to pay. So, like, in competitive Dice Masters, the catch is if you're going to go big, go big. It better be worth it, right? And everybody's going to have pre-captain globals for their 4 costs because they can buy a 4 cost on turn 1. But with Songbird, she's a 5 cost, which to me is kind of high. As far as the ratio goes, because the highest I would like to get is that 6 cost Gorilla Grodd. 7 if we're kind of being all in with him. But yeah, Poison Ivy is way better. Doomlance works really well. I like that combo. Doomlance and the I forgot his name already. It's the 5 cost that whenever he's from Battle for Ultramar, he has Deadly, and whenever he attacks, all opposing characters have to block him. Can't remember what that's called.
Oh.
What character is that?
Bloat.
Bloat Drum. Fetid Bloat Drum, yes. So that plus Doomlance is really good.
Yeah.
So I was actually considering that as well. Swinging in with him, static field, pulling him back, your whole team is knocked out. Doomlance then deals damage, or you lose life. That's another thing too that a lot of people are kind of realizing is that loss of life up against Black Widow is way better because she prevents damage. She doesn't prevent loss of life.
Yeah.
So Doomlance, Black Adam, Vengeful, anything that has your opponent losing life, even the Flash, that whenever your opponent triggers their attune, they lose 1 life, that works miracles.
So that might actually be the best Flash.
I don't think so. But yeah, there's tons of there's tons of neat little kind of synergies you could do. I don't think anybody's ever broken anything wide open, though. From the list I've seen and from the list I've come up with, there's been a lot of good ones. Like there's the Atom that spins up and deals 2 damage. You can just use energy field with them all day. So basically what you do is you do the Atlantis Global, save up all your stuff, or you do the Throne Brick, save up all your sidekicks, and then you just use 5 mass to deal 10 damage.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good rate.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because of the way energy field's worded.
So I think we're going to be talking about that more when the one big weekend actually happens, and we could really just talk about the experience of us watching it and have Ryan and everyone else that participated in it and Kevin talk about it if he wants.
Yeah,
to
so we're 10 days away, and where I like being at right now is that, hey Troy, Yeah, exactly. So Troy was right. Um, Troy is correct in the fact that what we'll see out of the winning team lists, even the top 8 or top 4 team lists,
Mm-hmm.
is there's a certain amount of creativity that goes against the grain, and that's what's going to be needed here. So all the combos that I'm talking about, your regular bread and butter kind of, they're obvious in the box combos,
Mm-hmm.
and people who are going to be, winning matchups are the ones who are going to be thinking outside the box.
That's
You
cool.
know, so
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm really looking forward to that because I think it's going to have a lot of people struggling because it's a weird format and not everyone's used to it. So, people that traditionally have been really good at playing the modern or golden format are going to be kind of just like thrown into a new situation and given a spoon to dig out of a hole. So, I kind of like that, in my opinion, because it is kind of like a hole and they have to dig out, and it's the smallest amount of cards that you can have to try to do a modern type of thing compared to what the Dice Masters format is now with the modern. So
Yeah.
well, I mean, if you look at, and I haven't been able to get like an exact count on the total, but we're sitting at somewhere of 300 plus cards
mm-hmm.
in the pool that you can choose from. That is a good amount. It's not like it would be if we only had campaign boxes, which we would only have use of 4 campaign boxes
Yeah.
total. But with the addition of team packs and 2 starter packs, or 2 starter sets, it's really, it kind of broadens the
Yeah.
horizons.
With as fast though as the format is going to be and the certain cards that you need to have on there, it is kind of restrictive of what you can put on there to really deal with what the other person's doing also. Because they will be using Venerable Dreadnought, they will be using Shriek, they will be using Black Widow. You got to figure out a different flavor of ice cream to deal with that Rocky Road.
I love Rocky Road ice cream.
I hate
My
Rocky
favorite.
Road.
It's my favorite.
So, all right. So, anything else going on? Like I said, we have 2 weeks for our tournament for people to get their matches and try to get them in as soon as they can. Why are you changing lights on your thing, Robert? Oh my
Don't
god.
do it. Don't do it.
He's doing it. He's doing it, Mom!
This is why we need to get a background so the background can be tattooed in his face. Oh my gosh, that filter though. Get out of here with that.
Oh my god.
It's the secret of the ooze.
It's turning everything in your room almost white because of the reflection.
Good.
Oh my god.
Walk towards the light, Caroline.
Oh my god.
He's decided to transcend.
I'm
He's
just a floating
transcended
hat now.
comics.
I kind of regret Ryan giving you that light.
Thanks, Ryan. There's my hand.
Yeah, oh my god, that's so freaking bright.
That's so creepy.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
You look
Sorry,
like one
guys.
of those. You look like the opposite of the Blue Man Group.
The No Man Group.
The No Man Group.
Yep. The
Oh my
void.
god.
Like I expected, whenever you did that and your face and your whole body whited out like that, I expected like, what's his face to pop in like, hey guys, Vsauce here.
Oh my god,
Who?
yeah. Vsauce?
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, you probably do. You're just trying to play the cool guy. I don't know what
I
anything
have
cool
no
is.
idea what that
Look,
is.
all I'm saying is that I know that we have certain UK listeners or viewers
Thanks,
who like
Ryan.
to meme screenshots. So Robert, I'm just saying you're setting yourself up for a
Oh, I hope
screenshot.
so.
Hold on. Go to the
Me.
go to the green again.
Please screenshot this.
Okay. All right. It's forever gonna be there. Okay, take it off. Oh my god.
We
That's
could
so
do one of
scary.
them cutouts like at a carnival and everyone can put their face in and everyone can be robbed.
Be a part of CR Game Room.
There you go.
Should really have it going like this.
Yeah. Oh, it wouldn't come out though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to like put your hand further away from your body, and so that way it could be 2 separate.
See, the thing that me and Robert were wanting to do is like have me paint my face completely green and leave out my mustache and beard. And so like when I'm playing games or whatever, you'll just see me going like this all the whole entire time.
Yeah.
It'll look weird. So,
That would be fantastic.
oh man. So, man, guys watch any good
So-
anime lately?
Well, before we break from the non-traditional, before we break
yeah.
for the non-Dice Master stuff, there is a couple announcements that
Oh,
have been
announce-
going around. Well, not really announcements, just more of news. Ryan, can you hear us now?
No, he can't.
All right, I guess not. So there, Jimmy with WizKids has been setting a couple of
Death threats. No.
no. He's been posting up in the Dice Masters Facebook group. And for anybody who's ever wanted, first he asked about availability of sets in any part of the world. And now he's asking about, what was the second thing that he asked about? He asked about articles, really good articles. So if you haven't had a chance yet, hop on over to, oh yeah, we do need to talk about that too. We'll get to that in just a second. That was actually one of the ones that I wanted to talk about the most. But so thanks for reminding us, Ryan.
How
Anyway,
dare you bring structure to this?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's not what we're about.
Go
so
ahead. Continue.
basically he's asking about all these questions, and he's doing what a PR guy should do, in which that is his title. He's the PR guy for WizKids.
PR. guy.
I'm pretty sure he wears more hats than that, but for now we're just gonna say that that's his
Is
hat.
Is it more hats than Robert, though?
Is it a floating hat? I don't think so.
It might even be like multiple floating hats.
Mhm.
But from what I can see, now we're starting to get involvement. Whenever WizKids ask for feedback, that is a good thing. Whenever they start to open the channels of communication.
For
Now,
sure.
I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to start, like the floodgates are going to open and we're going to see constant updates to the WizKids rules forum. That's not going to happen. What I can guarantee is that because he's asking all these pertinent questions, they're going to come back with some changes. Not necessarily like, okay, well, because we're not distributing this much, we're going to pull everything back. No, it's going to be more like they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that we are getting the right resources.
Yeah, I mean, it's a step in the right direction as opposed to not having any community involvement from the company at all.
And you know what? Besides like the announcement of sets and things like that, when you get somebody reaching out to the community like that, it lets you know that the game's probably not going anywhere, guys.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the more important things to take away from that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
it's
beacon
been
of
some
hope.
of the fear from some of us old guys, you know.
Yeah, because it's a company that actually gives a damn, honestly. For lack of a better term, they actually give a damn. So
How much of a damn they give has yet to be
It's a
seen.
small
Because,
one.
like I said,
Yeah.
I mean, anything's better than nothing, really,
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
But
So-
moving on to the errata news.
let's give a round of applause for WizKids doing that.
There you go,
All right.
little golf clap.
All right.
That was my friend's
Um,
clap.
So part of the erratas were actually they cleaned up how a tune is worded with the common Yanti, and they cleaned up how it was worded with, or they cleaned up whether or not Angel. They clarified whether or not Angel would get his boost after being fielded or after an action was used. So being fielded after an action was used. They clarified that.
That's good.
Tell
that
us.
is good.
Tell me because I don't know what you're talking about.
It's on the WizKids forums, dude.
Okay, let's just send everybody to the WizKids website from now on, and they can just research everything and not explain.
Well, if you would give me a second, I'm pretty sure Troy would be able to help us out with that by posting a link in the chat that everybody can follow. But if you can, please, Troy, I know you're about that line. So basically, what it is now is certain characters got errata on their keyword abilities that weren't previously to those keywords existing. One of the biggest examples was a tune. The other one was it was two characters from earlier sets from Golden Age. I'm trying to remember that had keyword-like abilities. Oh, Deadly. That's what it was. They got errata to have Deadly.
That's right.
Yeah, and so that's a big change. But the biggest change was something that we kind of hit on at the beginning of our two-team takedown, and that was energy types and costs and how they're associated. So they errata two cards, and that one they are Iron Man from the OP kit. He on his card it says he's a 4-cost shield, that produces lightning energy, but that is not the case. Or bolt energy. That is not the case. He is actually a 4-cost bolt.
Yeah.
So they errated that to say that for now, the type of energy that the die produces will also be associated with the cost.
I mean, we kind of all thought they were gonna do that because they needed to.
Oh, okay. So Ryan's got it. Okay, yeah. Gamora and Poison Ivy previously they needed to have the deadly keyword errata because their abilities worked very similar to deadly. It's just people were kind of questioning that. All right. The other thing was the other one was Black Adam in the new Justice set. He has a 4-cost fist on all of his stuff, but he actually produces mask energy. So from now on, he is to be treated as 4-cost mask. So those are the major erratas, and there was a couple of smaller ones. For example, they changed the wording on Comanyanti. Let's see. Oh, they forgot to do the CCS or the CSS thing. I don't know what happened whenever they decided to make the change.
The only thing I feel bad about the changes done on the website like this is the fact that people that purchase the cards already and the people that don't keep up with this kind of stuff won't check the websites. And I mean, we're not the people that everyone goes to for information, and I'm sure other people that present the information or talk, if they go to anyone else, they're going to talk about it too. But I feel like it's good that they're doing it, but it's also a little bit late. But I'm glad they're doing it.
I mean, again, like we previously said, something is better than nothing, even
True.
if it's a little bit.
Yeah.
But another big change was obscure, which is a new keyword that's coming out in the newer D&D sets. Well, since obscure now says whenever you use an action, this die gains unblockable or cannot be blocked. You can now go back, and Comanyanti and Angel now work that way. And so basically, they have to be fielded in order for them to gain the obscure effect or the unblockability.
Yeah.
So they already have to be in the field, and then you play the action for them to get the
Correct.
benefit.
And we knew that with Comanyanti because it was very clearly stated when
Yeah.
you use an action, she's unblockable this turn.
Angel
But
said
the
it
one
weird
that Angel's had it just like super weird. Angel's unblockable as long as you played an action.
this turn.
And it's like, oh, okay, so that means I can use Bifrost to a good example of what happened during the Global Escalation 2-team takedown, which was our invitational, our 2018 invitational. Laurier got a very long way with a team that relied on unblockable buffed angels. Because what he would do is he would Bifrost several characters in, and the angels were then unblockable because we didn't have a clear definition of the keyword or the keyword ability, which is they are unblockable after or when you use an action die, but they have to be present to see that action die being used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, they
How
took
else
care
would
of
they
a lot
know?
of things. They took care of a lot of things in these erratas and changes with the keywords. So it probably took a while to do it. And I think, Reg, what you're asking, I think they're going to be working on it.
No. They did. So another thing, they updated the keywords list,
Mhm.
and so now instead of going directly to the card, you can just go to the keyword list. And the keyword list for Strike is the same as it is in the Justice box, and not in the Doom Patrol and Mystics packs. So it's this die.
Mhm.
This character die gets +1, +2/+2, and Overcrush as long as it's the only die fielded this turn.
You know what I think would be a good idea if they did? In every set that they sell, include all the keywords up to that point.
So they did that here. They did it all the way up to WWE.
But I'm
which
saying
is
in
great.
stuff they sell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like in every campaign box, include it would just be doing a one sheeter or two sides possibly, just inserting that I don't think that would be that crazy, or have a website for them to go to on it.
I mean, we're up to 32 keywords now, so I don't know if that's something that I think a new player would want to do.
I think it would be
What they do now is, like Robert's going over the rule book, they only do keywords associated with that set.
Yeah, and I don't think
So
that's enough, honestly.
I feel it's appropriate,
Yeah.
but there's so many keywords now that it's
I just
would
think
be
if
like,
you're going in playing it and someone brings cards that you're not used to, if you have
Oh, yeah.
if you have the keywords in front of you because it has all the keywords listed on there from every set ever, you could be like, okay, well my rulebook says this, so okay, yeah, we understand how that plays.
You just go to the site, like you said earlier.
for
True.
right
information.
now, you can just point them to the site. Be like, hey, it's this link. Let me go ahead and send you to it.
Yeah. Instead of the courier's insert, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that would be a nice little touch if they ever did that. But everyone's got a smartphone, and everyone's got all kinds of things to just. If you're at someplace playing, you can just like, I think you're wrong. I'll pull it up.
Google it.
Google it.
Google. Yep.
So those are the major changes with the erratas and keywords being updated. Some of the keywords, I will be honest, some of them from the WWE set and the newer D&D set look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Tag out is beautiful. I love that you can just send your sidekicks to the prep to give one character die +2/+2. It's amazing.
That's really good.
What?
Yes.
I did not see any of this stuff.
Because you don't look for it anymore.
No, I do look for
updated keywords. They do it by set release, with the most recent to the oldest. So, so for example, DDDM 4 is the newest Dungeons and Dragons set, and so on and so forth.
I can't wait for that one.
So DDDM 3 is Tomb of Annihilation. 2 is
Battle for Pharaon, or
no,
Pharaon Under Siege,
and then 1 is BFF. So
yeah, I hope the sets coming out will be interesting and fun. Because if it's interesting and fun, it'll attract players, and we'll have people like Kevin coming in and beating up on all the old people. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think I 100% agree with you, by the way, Chris. I think the more they are intuitive with these new sets, which it sounds like they are just from the keywords alone, they're adding new dimensions and new layers to the game, which is great. They're still not exploring their design space like I prefer for them to do, but I think that'll come with time.
Yeah.
But they are adding newer layers, like with the tag out ability now. Now you can send your sidekick to the prep and gain 2 benefits, buffing your character and having extra energy to roll next turn. You put that together with Instant War, boom. You've got bag management, you've got ramp, and you've got buff.
I love
all in one package.
Jazzy is giving you shit, dude.
Why?
Are you sniffing your upper lip? She's wanting you to look up and actually talk with the audience.
I'm looking up these keywords because I want to know what all the kids are talking about.
So
Kids.
but
I couldn't find them.
Yeah, so tag out. After blockers are declared, you may prep this die from the field zone to give target character die +2 attack and defense until end of turn. That is verbatim what it says. So it is fantastic. But the problem is that you have to be swinging.
Yeah.
You have to be swinging with your whole team.
I think that's what they're trying to go for more now, honestly, is just more interaction than people just sitting back. I'm going to buy 3 basic actions or 3 actions. Your turn. That's boring.
And so it's not, I'm sorry, it's not necessarily sidekick. They may have a card that gives all your sidekicks tag out. I don't think so, but it might be a Venerable Dreadnought situation where
after blockers are declared, you may prep this die from your field zone to give target character die +2/+2 until end of turn.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So certain characters will have tag out. And then maybe they might do one where it's like an action or another character that gives your sidekicks tag out, which I think would be phenomenal.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that they're having new IPs come in here, and it's not just going to be DC, Marvel, because I do think DC and Marvel kind of have a lot of restrictions on the way they can be. And I think like D&D and Warhammer and WWE, I hope so, has a lot of free range to really just go crazy, honestly.
So one thing we have to keep our eye on is the future constantly. And what I mean by that is I'm going to stop thinking of these new keywords and these new abilities and these new characters that get spoiled. I'm going to stop thinking of in the realm of modern. Because even though it will be around for the next 1 to 2 years, you have to kind of narrow your view to the future, which is going to be limited, sets. So only the campaign boxes up to a certain point. Like eventually, everything from Wonder Woman and Superman will rotate out, and then other team packs up to that point will rotate out. But then they'll keep the core, starting from Avengers Infinity and go beyond.
Yeah.
So basically, what they'll have there is they'll have a good 6 or 7 box sets with their 2 team packs each. One in the case of Harley Quinn. So that's an extra 15 team packs. And then that's an extra 70 to 80 cards that you can work with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Interesting. All right.
I just hope in this new WWE set they have like a throne brick that says throne chair or something like that.
Steel
I'm
chair.
just hoping for steel chair.
I want there to be a
Anything
table,
like that.
ladders, and chairs match action or basic action.
Yeah, no.
And it'll be
I
like,
had a really good one the other day, and I could not. I should have wrote it down or put it in the chat so that we could talk. We could bring it up here, but it was really good. I was like, oh man, that's awesome, and then I just rolled over and went to sleep. But,
I bet you a lot of ideas start and end that way in real life, don't they?
yeah, they really do because I don't write them down, and I'm just like, oh, that's
Well,
awesome.
Rob's been working on a project for a new Dice Master set that will never come out.
Yeah, I put that on hold though. It's been a while, but I do have a nice chunk of things
Yeah.
already.
What is it? The Last Airbender movie by M. Night Shyamalan? Is that what you're going to try to do?
No.
One. That's it. Nothing but screenshots for the card art.
So that's something that you want to actually get going and put
Yeah,
out.
I'm gonna need someone to help me with that though, because I don't know how to do the card maker thing. It's confusing.
Oh, Reg and Jordo, they're all really good about that.
And Ryan knows how to do it somewhat.
Ryan does. It's either somebody I have. Oh, it's Bodie. Bodie did a Transformers set, and he got with me on several of the basic actions and several of the characters, and we talked about it back and forth in design. And
Yeah.
he actually did a really good job with his stuff. I'll have to send it to you.
Yeah.
Well, he'll have to send it to you privately.
Cool. Because I remember there was a link to do it where you can create your own cards. I could never get the image in there for like the affiliations.
Or the die.
Yeah, there is a
Or the
thing
die.
you can use. You just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful to avoid C&Ds.
Yeah, as long as he keeps it private until he just like shows it, it should be fine because he's not gonna sell it. Yeah.
That. Yeah, no way. I'm about to get in trouble.
You want to say what set you want to do it?
Oh, I think we've talked about it before. It's just an old Yu-Gi-Oh set from the very first. Well, I guess it's technically the second arc, Duelist Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Where
so
he's
you're not
going
doing
to
triple Ds
Pegasus
or
Island.
anything like that?
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds. I think that's what it's called.
Five Ds, no.
Triple D's. Like, oh my god, it's after dark. All right. No.
Well, it is.
No, none of that. I've never seen that ever in my life. So, yeah, I mean, I have them all written up. Just got to do it eventually, guys. I know I talked about it before, but once I get some free time, I might actually work on that.
Yeah.
I would send you Bodie's way because he knows how to do that stuff, and we talked about it extensively. So
Buddy can show me the way.
And
Will show me the way, brother.
I think this weekend we're gonna be playing some board games online.
Bad news.
What? You're not gonna be able to do it?
No.
well, it's Easter, bro. Everybody who has family and who is or is brown and has family is gonna be busy. Sorry.
It's Sunday, but Saturday I'll be somewhere.
Yeah. Saturday.
Well, if I get back early, then maybe.
We're gonna be
on
doing
time.
late. Like it's gonna be a late
Oh,
night
okay.
stream. We'll probably be doing over in Twitch.
Like how late are we talking? Because I'm probably not gonna be freed up until like
Midnight.
10:30 or 11.
That's probably when.
Yeah. Like me and my friend
Happy
Jeff are
birthday,
probably.
Ryan. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everybody in chat! Say happy birthday to Ryan. Give him some birthday wishes.
Golf
Happy
clap for
birthday.
Ryan's birthday.
Golf. We don't even have emotes for that. Do you even emote, bro? Obviously,
No.
you can't green screen.
Yeah, I can green screen
face,
finally.
though.
Oh my god. Ryan's gonna give him a blank. Robert's gonna give him a blank face for his birthday.
There you go.
Wait, Ryan, let me understand this. Let me get this straight. Your birthday is 420.
420. YOLO, brah.
I don't even want to know what you're doing with your birthday the rest of the years.
God.
Oh my god. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Sorry,
No
guys.
wonder why Ryan has that standing rule. Don't bother me on my birthday. I get it. I get it now.
He asked for a
understandable.
lot of incense for his birthday. It was weird.
Yeah. So, yeah, we anything else, guys? That was a really Dice Masters heavy so far.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of news that came out. There's a lot of stuff going on. Aside from Easter weekend, we also have some big news on the non-Dice Masters front in the form of new releases for games and updates to said games.
What games are you talking about?
Take it away, Chris.
Tell
Magic
us.
the Gathering War of the Spark is probably going to have the best set released in quite a while. For Commander players, which we're all Commander players, it's going to be the best set in a while. Then shortly after that, there's going to be New Horizons, which is probably going to have pretty good cards also. But the set's going to be coming out on the 20th. The pre-release is going to be the 26th, and we're trying to all get together to play together at the pre-release.
What day is that? Is that a Saturday?
Remember we talked about doing it Saturday instead of Friday?
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, I should be able to.
Either that or that Friday, so we can all come to like Sci-Fi Factory.
Are you talking about? Yeah, but Common Grounds is a little bit easier for all of us.
Well, easier for both of you. Yeah.
Versus Sci-Fi Factory, which is easiest for you. But
Super easy for me. When it comes to like how easy it is for an individual in the group, Sci-Fi Factory is probably the easiest.
Nah, Boardwalk is pretty easy for me.
Dude, I could walk to Sci-Fi Factory.
Oh, that's true.
good. Yeah. He could throw something from his yard and probably hit Sci-Fi Factory.
I could throw a football over a mountain.
Yep. The state champs coach would have put you in. Calm down,
So,
Uncle.
Mike, we haven't been forgetting about you either. All right, we're still trying to get pre-production. We're gonna get it narrowed down. We really want to get pre-production worked up for our Commander stream or recorded matches.
We've actually
And what we're going,
set a date
Go ahead.
half-assed for that, right?
yes.
What date is that?
What days are you available,
May is not
Robert?
a date. I already told you all my days.
No, it was.
I am not available on the 5th or the 18th through the 21st.
Yeah. So what we were gonna do was, I thought we narrowed it down to the 11th or the 12th.
That sounds good. 11th would be perfect.
It had to
11th would be perfect.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
handshake on that.
Sure. These are normally the type of conversations that we have outside of.
It's just
Okay.
something that's always been coming up the last like month and a half that we've been trying to plan this.
But I can say with confidence that anybody who is a
Might
commander
maybe do it.
player or who is interested in a commander play can hit us up, especially our viewers, because we will always give you guys priority. So, for example, Mike has reached out to us. Mike has brought out his old collection, and it turns out he has a
Yep.
really formidable Slivers commander deck, which is awesome.
And I'm sending this to Mike as soon as I can get a chance to mail it off.
Nice.
But yeah, so we've got that in the works for Magic. War of the Spark is one of my most hyped sets for a while, and it's not to say that they haven't been coming out with good sets. I'd say the last 2.5 years have been just nothing but gas for these guys.
Yeah.
2.5 years have been really successful for Magic.
Like when we got into it, it's when me and Rob got into it, it was Guilds of Ravnica, and me and him were like, "Oh, this is a good set." Had no idea what good sets were really. And then Ravnica Allegiance came out, and I was like, "Oh, this is way better than Guilds of Ravnica." Really?
There's better sets for Commander. There's better sets for different formats.
Yeah.
I will say, just to appeal to different levels of Magic players and our audience, I am probably like the worst one out of the entire group at Magic. Like I play
He
online
means
and that's
least
about
experience.
it. Least
That's what
experience.
he
I'm
means.
not that good either.
He hasn't gone to a store to play.
I haven't gone to a store to play at all. I have a very generic commander. What is it?
Precon.
is a pre-con, but you've added
pre-constructed.
cards since then,
I added
though.
like 5 cards to it. Let's not get crazy. So Chris has gone way more into Magic than I have. I have bought all the guild kits since Ravnica, but I don't brew like these guys do. I don't talk about cards. I don't know any of the cards. When they say a card name, I'm like, you have to tell me what it does, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Sometimes 5 times.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? What does that do? Say it again. This time in English.
No, I'm talking about
So-
like a week, 2 days later, we talk about the same card. You're like, what does that do?
Sorry, man. I slept since then. But yeah, so just so you know that there is a difference in skill level, I think, or knowledge level at the least, when it comes to the channel. So you can watch me struggle, you can watch Chris do okay, and you can watch Joe dominate.
Yeah, when
So,
you could definitely tell, like, Joe's putting limitations on how we play Commander, because Joe would literally kill us in probably 5 turns.
probably.
No, I would just want to make
Come
sure
on.
that everybody has a fair chance.
Fair
That's
chances
all.
you put down a card that makes us kill ourselves.
That's one way to
that-
put it, yeah.
That one at the we played one big weekend after everyone was done playing Dice Masters. We played kind of off to the side, and Joe plays a card, knocks out 2 people. I'm the only one that stays because I only have that color combination.
I was done.
Hive Mind Pact.
Ugh.
So, yeah, shout outs to Nate for staying behind with us and doing that. Nate also was there at the one big weekend, and that was literally his first time playing tournament, first time playing Dice Masters. So he wound up making 5th place.
Yeah, new people to the game just dominated that day.
Yeah, they did.
And then Joe and Ryan.
Yeah, I'm still beating myself up over that. The last 2 turns of the game would have been way different.
I mean, on Steven's live stream, we talked about what my strategy for drafting, and I didn't follow any of them.
It was all a ruse.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on to the world of esports, I guess, or video games in general. We've got Smash Brothers. Their patch is releasing tonight. The problem is that a lot of people are getting kicked out of the servers right now. Even so, Joker
Not
and
being on the
version
list.
Yeah.
Joker from Persona 5 and
Joker looks legit too.
Yes. If y'all want to see the trailer, Ross, actually part of his WDA, the first part of his WDA was dedicated to the reveal, the gameplay reveal. So hit him up. He does replays of his stream on his Twitch channel. And then also Joker, right, I already said that. Joker released version 3.0.0. This is a big one. From the patch notes, I've already seen characters get like this huge chunk of updates.
Mhm.
Like we're talking crazy stuff. Like Mewtwo gets buffed, and then Mega Man gets buffed / nerfed. It was really weird. Corrin gets buffed. I mean, these guys get like 6 or 7 patch updates to their, like, we're talking their neutral attacks last longer. Hit stun lasts longer on their ranged attacks, and this is like, wow, this is insane.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing dash grab. Well, anyway, the point is,
You're getting into the technical aspects of it.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm excited because of the technical aspects, because there's a few characters that I want to start playing more seriously than just Inkling. And so
England's so broken.
she's good though. It is so good. But anyway, moving on from there, there's also a couple of new games that have been coming out recently that we have been streaming or working on streaming as well.
Yeah. One's going to be really stupid and fun.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just trying to do more fun, just interactive stuff with everyone, and I think we're going to try to come together at my house and play soon.
I really would enjoy that. We have failed to do so the last 2 weekends, and we're going to try to pick up the effort because Robert over here needs a planner for his planner.
I certainly do.
You need a secretary, sir.
I know.
So
One of these days. I got Final Fantasy VII, guys. I don't know if I told y'all that.
it's one of my
Yeah,
favorite
Yeah,
that's
but
what
you
my
didn't
free
get it on
time's
the
going.
Switch, though.
I'd rather get on my Xbox.
So Final Fantasy 12, 10 and 10-2, and Final Fantasy 7 all got released in HD for Switch and Xbox One.
How much is 10 for the Switch?
10 and 10-2 come in a bundle, by the way.
How much is
So
the
you get
bundle?
both of the games.
I
I
don't
think
care
it's the
about
same.
10-2.
I think it's the same price as 12.
Which is how much is that?
What?
How much was 7 for you,
It was
Ralph?
$17.
17. So it's gonna be it'll be 30.
Is that at least
39.
remastered for $17?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks
Okay.
It's HD remastered.
Looks awesome.
All of them are gonna be HD remastered.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna have any more free time anymore, guys, because I'm gonna be playing Final Fantasy 7.
And then getting your wins on Magic the Gathering Arena.
That's all I've been doing all week: getting my wins, playing Final Fantasy 7, and eating cheeseburgers.
So while we can't guarantee that you'll see regular dedicated streams to Final Fantasy remakes, we can guarantee that you'll at least see some kind of gameplay on our channel, specifically towards the weekend, because not any one of us, of the members of this channel, can do this as a job, as a regular, dedicated career kind of thing. So don't expect to see us on a Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon streaming, because it just won't happen.
We'll just do the screenshot of this, and you can just put your face in it.
Put your face in there.
And your face here.
You too can
Yeah.
stream at CR Game Room.
Exactly.
So Friday nights and Saturday nights are more likely the times that you'll see us either interacting on Twitch or streaming. Chris has been really good about doing that the last couple of weeks. So
Last
with
week.
Robert, Robert
Yeah,
is
that last week.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
think
try
you
to.
did before, too.
I did that a
Ryan
couple
can
weeks
stream,
ago.
Ryan said he can stream some Minecraft.
I can stream Minecraft also. We should do a Minecraft thing.
All
There
right,
you go.
guys. I feel like I need to tender my resignation from this channel.
Oh my god.
Legos for adults.
Yeah,
At least that's
dude.
how that's-
It's
Come on,
a
bro.
deal-breaker for me. The only time I
I've
do
never played
Minecraft is
Minecraft.
whenever I see them do like Ricardo memes or something on it.
Oh my
Who?
god. Never mind.
Robert,
Don't-
you're such an old man. Get
Let-
out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's just don't even search it right now. Later
I'm
on,
not.
search
I never
Ricardo
will.
memes.
You have to tell me what it is because I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Then it'll
Go
be
see
lost to
Hellboy.
you forever.
I saw Hellboy over last week, and I saw Pet Cemetery, and they were both awesome.
Inferior to their predecessors, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean Hellboy's not Guillermo del Toro looking awesome, but it looked awesome, and it was a good story. I liked it. It felt like the comic books to me. I don't know. It was a little fast paced, so if you don't like fast paced, then you might not enjoy it.
And if you don't like
But
gory,
I thought it was funny. Yeah, it was kind of gory.
It was gory for the sake of being gory, though. Is what I felt.
I don't think so. I felt it very comic bookish, like the graphic novels that I read, because I read like graphic novels 1 through 8, and that's like my extent of Hellboy knowledge when it comes to the books, and I felt like it kind of felt like those graphics.
I feel as though a lot of people are trashing on Hellboy because it doesn't have Ron Perlman, and that's it.
I don't really care about Ron Perlman.
My biggest complaint wasn't the lack of Guillermo del Toro-esque things in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest complaint was the fact that they took a lot of liberties and they promised a lot, committed very little to it.
Yeah.
Without doing
Promised a lot.
spoilers. They promised a lot in the trailers, and you were like, yeah, we're going to get this gritty Hellboy. But then whenever I saw the movie, I was like,
I didn't get any of that of what you're saying from the trailers. So,
well, the
I
Red
don't know.
Band trailer, for one, was completely different than all the other marketing materials.
And
Maybe,
after the stream, I'm gonna watch Rising of the Shield Hero. I meant to
Do
watch
it.
it earlier, but I
but you need
didn't.
to do that.
One thing I would love to do, with you guys especially,
Yeah.
is do viewer requested anime, not hentai, guys, not hentai.
Oh,
Dang it.
Viewer requested anime, where if a viewer submits, watch this series or watch this episode, we do a highlight reel, especially if we're going to do a series. So that's a little bit more difficult. But if it's a specific episode of an anime, whether we watched it or not, we will then do a reaction to it and we will put it out on the channel for your pleasure, for your viewing pleasure, because there are some really good animes and there's some really crazy animes.
I say just
Now,
review it because it's really hard to get the thing on there and not have someone say something like, "Hey, you
oh
can't
yeah,
use
that's
that."
true.
We could just
That's
talk
true.
about it, so that's fine.
Well, we can record ourselves separate from it, right? And
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
just,
we can. We
just
can
do the.
just do the faces.
Have you
as we
guys been
watch
watching
it.
the new season of One Punch Man?
Is it out already?
I
Yes.
saw the first episode and I was like, I'll get to it.
I
But
did not.
The second episode is okay. The first
Where's it
episode
at?
is
Is it on Netflix or is it on Crunchyroll?
it's on
What's
Hulu.
Oh.
yeah, they're doing Hulu.
That they've always
Well,
had
I
an
do have
exclusive with them.
Hulu, so-
Yeah. You
Hold
got
on.
a free one.
So that's my thing, Chris. Is it's been meh. Like
Yeah.
the first 5 episodes of the first season
We're awesome.
were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then you compare that to the first episode of the second season, you're like, what happened? It's like
It's a
completely
different
people worked on
studio, different everything. It's like
it. Yeah.
the reason they came out so far afterwards is because the studio that is actually doing it didn't want to put out the product that they put on. They scrapped it and said we do not feel it's not the product that we wanted to represent. With them doing it the way they did it, I'm giving them a little bit more leeway because they're trying to take pride in it, and I appreciate that.
I'll give them credit for that. But I feel like because of that disconnect, you get two very different seasons.
Yeah.
And it's just like you have to adjust to that. Because
Yeah.
especially if you're binging, I don't recommend binging season 1 into season 2. I will say that. I recommend giving it some time, let your palate kind of wash a little bit, and then get into
And let your standards lower.
it.
They have, Troy. They really have. This is about the time where everything goes off the rails. We've been
Well, I
going at it
mean-
for an hour.
Yeah, once we reach that hour, then we make no promises.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I don't even have any caffeine in me either. So
that's true.
So another thing I've been watching is Overlord anime.
1 or 2.
1, 2, and I'm working on 3 now.
Okay.
So I think that's okay. I think the storyline's kind of convoluted. It loses itself halfway through.
Yeah, you just can't like. There was a lot of SAO clones,
Yeah.
and you just can't. They try to capture the magic of that, and I get it, right? From early 2000s to mid 2010s, we have this huge explosion of virtual world-esque anime, like because
Yeah.
they're looking to the future, right? They did it in the 80s and 90s with Cyberpunk. That was great, right? But now that we're sort of adopting into this virtual world kind of themes, it's in all the animes now.
Yeah. Yeah, and Sword Art Online kind of lost itself halfway through the first season too.
It lost itself towards the end of the first season and then all of the second season.
Yeah, the second season's kind of. I still watched it, just because I wanted to. I'm searching for gold and a good storyline when I watch anime, and I just did not find it in the second season.
The first half of the third season, where he's in the Gun Gale Online, is gold. I will say that. It's all gold. Whenever he gets into Mother's Rosario, whenever he gets into just the part with what's her name? I can't even remember the female protagonist's name. But anyway, whenever it gets to her storyline, it's good. It's got a really good emotional core, but it loses traction from what it built up with Gun Gale Online because they're two different arcs. What each season of Sword Art Online does is they take two major arcs from the mangas and they just put them into one season instead of fleshing out an entire season worth of arc.
Speaking of old school, I can always put on Akira and Gurren Lagann and watch those at any point. I know Gurren Lagann was kind of a gag jokes thing, but I love that series, and I think it was really good.
Parody anime is actually one of my favorites because for some odd reason, I always enjoy parody animes more than I enjoy like the actual animes.
Yeah.
So, for example, like Gundam G Fighter, I love the Gundam series. Like I watched almost all of the entirety of the Gundam series from
It's a lot of Gundam.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot
Trust
of life
me,
gone.
there's about 20 years of Gundam memory in here that I would much rather just kind of like delete and put something else more useful, like an education. um, but anyway, so Gundam G Fighter, I enjoyed so much, even though it was a parody anime of the Gundam series.
Yeah.
And a lot of American viewers didn't think that whenever it was first released in the States. They were like, wait, what is this? Because it took itself so seriously in the show. It was
Nice.
written to be serious. But you could tell it was a parody anime.
Man. Oh.
I have Appleseed on VHS, Ryan.
Johnny Appleseed?
No, the Appleseed, the anime.
Oh man. Yeah.
I might have Perfect Blue also.
Me and my,
Perfect Blue. That takes me back.
And I know I have the first 2 or 3 Dragon Ball, maybe the first Dragon Ball movie, for sure. Dead Zone on VHS.
I have the last one that was trash before the new Broly one. I have that
You
one.
talk about Broly, the third Broly movie?
Yeah.
Bio Broly?
You talk about Bio Broly?
The one that just came out that came out in theater. Yeah. I don't have that one. I have the movie that was out. It's not a Broly movie. It's the movie that was out directly before that was a Dragon Ball Super.
Resurrection F.
Yeah. I accidentally purchased that on Amazon, and so I watched 1 minute of it on accident, and now I'm stuck with it. So I kind of have that on.
Are you so? It's Battle of the Gods and then Resurrection F.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the Super movies. Okay.
Yeah.
And then of course the Broly movie being the latest of the Super movies.
That just came out yesterday on Blu-ray.
Mm.
It's been on digital for a while. I'm gonna go by the store and pick that up. So we should have it soon.
You're a real OG if you have the first 2 runs of Neon
Genesis.
Evangelion.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. The first 2 runs, because they're completely different from the remastered stuff. And they have the original and alternate endings. In the second and third run of the DVD, because they were sent to a different company, they gave the alternate ending only.
Yeah.
And they don't have any of the director's commentary on them.
Speaking of crazy endings, I showed Robert the ending to Berserk.
Berserk the King's Egg? Or Egg of the King, I think is.
It's just the Berserk where it's like they're in medieval times.
Yeah, well, no, there's a new series. There's a newer series.
It's the old one.
And then there's the old one.
It's the old one. I showed him the ending to that one, how it's just brutal.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's hard to explain it without like ruining anything because it's so like ridiculous.
Everyone's had like 20 years to watch it, so I don't think you're spoiling anything.
Yeah, I don't think not for that one. But
Okay.
the remake people are saying
this is
is
more
like
stock.
not as good.
Yeah.
I used to have Ninja Scroll on VHS.
A couple weeks ago, me and Robert were trying to go through all the animes that we watched, just like trying to think of a list.
Oh, I have it here.
Let's see, I have the.
Joe, you're
Escaflowne
probably
movie.
beyond anyone with anime, honestly.
Well, I don't. Like, I used to have several VHS copies, and I used to have a couple of DVD copies. Now my DVDs are kind of minimized or condensed to like maybe this much.
Well, we're talking about just movies you've watched or anime you've watched.
Oh, anime that I've watched, binged, and I have
like entire series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a pretty good standing in that. I've been a fan of anime since '94.
Nice.
I remember I used to when I lived in Denton at this one place and I had Verizon, they had an anime channel, and it was like I used to watch the crap out of that channel. And then when Cartoon Network had when they first started doing Adult Swim, and it was just all anime, it was amazing.
Yeah, you're talking about Toonami, the first.
Yeah, Toonami, yeah. And then they changed it up. Now it's like
because Funimation came in and they were like, you can only watch the stuff that we want you to watch.
Yeah. Well, we're going to show you the 20 filler episodes over and over again of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So Cowboy Bebop is my second favorite anime. My favorite anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Oh my God, Full Metal Brotherhood it's so ridiculous. It's so much better than just Full Metal Alchemist.
Dude, there's so many.
And then Cowboy Bebop, the way that ended was
I
amazing.
love Cowboy Bebop. I love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I
There's one.
particularly have a fun, or I'm fun. Go ahead. Sorry, Robert.
Also, like Evangelion's one of my top ones, and Record of Lotus War. I don't know if y'all ever seen that, but I
Oh yeah,
love.
yeah, I love that one.
Joe has seen. If you have a question of if Joe's seen it, he has.
Yeah, yeah. Those are like my top. Oh, and one called Elfen Light. I don't know if y'all ever seen that, but
Yep.
that's pretty good. love
One
that
that I
one.
saw that it wasn't action or anything. It was Mishushu. I forget. It was basically about this monk traveling around the countryside trying to help people out with this fungus that was starting to take over the planet.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
oh! I've seen an anime that you haven't seen. Holy crap!
If it's not, so like that's the thing. Like my wife loves slice of life anime,
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of them I will just not watch because it's on principle too. Because I don't like high school animes, I don't like drama animes, and I don't like slice of life animes. That doesn't mean I haven't seen them. I just don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't like chocolate
Well,
cake. I don't ever eat it, but
My brother turned me on to one about it's a high.
Escaflowne. I have the movie Escaflowne.
Mm.
The Fox series was decent, but the original anime was way better.
Koyuga-sama, is that what it's called? It's on Crunchyroll.
What's it about?
It's like a high school thing where the president of the student council and the vice president are trying not to let each other know that they like each other, and they're
Yep.
just like fighting. Called Koyuga. I think it's called Koyuga-sama Love is War.
Yeah,
Pretty great
it's
opening
Love
song.
is War is the subtitle, but I don't
Yeah.
know what the main title is.
But yeah, that one's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Synced it.
I didn't think I was gonna like it, but it was funny.
I tried. I'm trying to watch that. That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh, so good.
It took me a little bit. The first 3 episodes, I was kind of like,
It's a
"Ugh."
little slow. It is a
I'm
little
only
slow,
on
but
the
it
third
picks up.
episode, so I'm like, it's just I've
Oh,
had
it's
so
gonna
many
pick
other
up.
things to watch that I'm just trying to
Yeah.
get caught up on it. I guess. I don't know.
I watched one that was very. It wasn't what I expected, and it's one of those things like, yeah, you better not let anyone walk in on you while you're watching it because they're gonna be like, "What the hell are you watching?"
Those are called guilty pleasure animes.
No, it's like it was practically hentai, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, what's going on here? But the art was so good that I kept watching it.
The one that was kind of like that was really good was Fooly Cooley, the first run.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
meant to be that way.
I know, but it was like my wife. I was like watching. I was like, oh man, this is so good, and I was like telling her about it, just telling her about like all the things I really like. Then she like is sitting there watching it with me. That one episode where she's like having sex with his dad. And it's just like so weird. This is the worst time you should sit in here with me and watch this.
Robert, what's the name of the anime that you were watching?
How not to summon a demon?
Yes.
Something. Yeah. I was like, man, this looks really cool. Then it's like, oh wait, okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Well, I mean,
got to fight through this. I
as
guess.
far as anime goes, you're like on a pie chart, you've got like 85% of it is like lewd, sexist anime, and then there's
Yeah.
that really small kind of sliver that is like mainstream, that's accepted mainstream wise,
Yeah.
that doesn't have any of that stuff, but it still has fan service. It has
Like
like
I
bare
get
minimum
fan service. I get fan service like every now and then, but this one was just like, oh my god, like this is a lot.
Yeah,
It was a
like
lot.
they might as well be like naked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the art was good, and it seemed pretty cool. But it's that same kind of thing that you were talking about, where they get pulled into a virtual world and stuff like that. So
That's so like you'll see it, you'll notice it in all the trends. Like I said, 80s and 90s was cyberpunk. Early to mid 2000s was the kind of drama anime where they made stuff
drama,
like
yeah.
more personal. And then mid to late 2010s is the virtual, all about virtual worlds and stuff like that.
oh show.
Renama 1-2.
It's Ranma one half. I love
okay.
that one.
Yeah.
And
So
then
did I tell you I
Rewatch
watched
Show.
Princess Mononoke recently? Did I tell you all that?
Oh, that is my favorite Miyazaki movie, hands down.
I-
I could watch that multiple times in one setting.
I had never seen the complete movie, just like in a straight run. I would always catch pieces. And a
Mhm.
friend of mine let me borrow the Blu-ray, and I watched. I was like, "Holy crap, this movie's awesome! That was really good."
Then did you say, "Hey, can I put this on my digital?"
No, he didn't have a digital copy.
Oh, damn.
So, Mike, I watched the first and second Guyver movies.
Oh, those were
And
so good too.
I watched them. This is back whenever I first started watching
In the
anime.
90s.
I watched them and I was traumatized because
Really?
it was just like,
There was live action movies of Guyver too.
yes, that's what I
They
was
were awesome.
traumatized on. That's what I was traumatized on. I watched the anime. I was like, this is great. Watched the live action, not so great.
Super
Well,
gory.
that's
It might have
with
been.
Death Note.
It seemed
is
like it was
the
made
prime
by
example,
Troma.
though.
You know
Oh my
the studio
God.
Troma that did like what is that?
No,
What is that guy's name?
so a common or a modern comparison would be Bloomhouse. If
Swamp
Bloomhouse
Thing.
made
No, not Swamp Thing.
Toxic Avenger,
Yeah,
Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Troma.
bro, trust me, I've seen like that was my Guyver experience. Was pretty much like a Toxic
Aw.
Avenger, and I was just like, my poor little mind. Like here I am, like 10 or 11 years old, and I'm like,
I'm
oh
gonna
no,
watch Guyver.
my
What
freaking eyes.
My freaking ears.
So, but the live action, I remember watching the anime. I was like, oh, it's a little gory, but fine,
Yeah.
At that time, I was watching stuff like K or X. I can't X. I remember watching X. That is an anime and it's very gory as well. I remember watching that and I was like,
Is that a
oh, I'm not
vampire
into
one?
this. I think it's like they're immortal. In some
I think I know what you're talking about. I've never
fashion.
seen
Yeah. But anyway,
it.
and then I watched Guyver and I was like, oh hey, they have a live action version. So I went to the local Blockbuster or KC's
Blockbuster.
and I rented the first two movies of Guyver in the back section that was really seedy, that had hentai there, and you didn't have to be 18 years to pick it up
Because it's a cartoon.
because it was a cartoon. And so I was just like, I love anime. So I just grabbed.
You realized that day you didn't love it that much.
And I was just like, man, the Japanese are terrible, terrible people.
Yeah.
Since then, I've started to.
Let's not go off on that. The Japanese people are horrible. Let's not. Let's
No,
not.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Japanese cinema is weird.
Yeah.
It is a very weird thing. Great. I love it. There's some nuggets in there. But you have to trudge through a lot of shocking, disturbing stuff.
Yeah. Yep. It's fantasy, bro.
Oh my gosh.
But it's great, though. It's just like, whenever I say they're horrible people, I mean, like,
You mean it in an
cinematography-wise.
enduring way.
Yeah, enduring. Yes. Vampire Hunter D is pretty good, too. I remember watching that in 97.
I like
Yeah.
Witch Hunter Robin. That one's pretty good.
Never saw that.
That one was a Toonami special. That
Yeah.
one was less. That was less Tokyo and more U.S. influence.
Yeah.
Which I love.
I still liked it, but yeah. It wasn't like my favorite at the time. It was just like, oh, cool. I like this. I know it happened previously. I'm going to continue to watch it. Oh, man.
But yeah, like the golden years of, or the bronze and silver age of Toonami were the best.
Yeah. The only bad thing is when you got into a loop of watching just filler episodes of DBZ because that's all they put
Or
on.
Bleach.
Or Bleach, yeah. Well, Bleach...
Yeah.
Bleach has a whole entire only series of just non-filler, and it like cuts the episodes in half, basically.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous how many filler
I
episodes
like
there
the
are.
art on Bleach too. Bleach had amazing art. I just wish it wasn't like ridiculously long like that. So boring.
There's episodes of Bleach I haven't watched, like
Yeah, I'm sure.
because it's just like there's a place where you can go, a website you can go to I think it's called Cut Out the Filler, and they just tell you what episodes to watch. And you just watch all the episodes that are non-fillers, and it's like you don't lose out anything on the storyline. It cuts out whole entire arcs because they're just considered filler arcs.
Well, when you look at it, Bleach has 316 episodes that are pure filler.
Yeah.
Naruto, the first series, has 125. Naruto Shippuden has 235.
Wow.
So ridiculous.
Those are rough estimates too, because I actually watched through all of them.
Wow.
And only later to realize that somebody had done the service, like you said, Chris, of like, oh, hey, by the way, Episodes number X through Y are fillers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you went according to that website, the last meaningful episode of Bleach, I forget what it was, cuts from like 200 and something to like 400, and the animation has changed altogether, and it looks completely done differently because a different studio took over, and it just looks completely different. But it's still, you can still tell it's Bleach. But it was just the last arc where it's like the last guy that was what he was, he had to fight him. I don't know.
Well, okay.
Well,
It's been so long since I've watched it, but yeah.
Well, if anybody wants to go out to the theaters, I recommend Hellboy. I recommend Pet Cemetery, and I definitely recommend Shazam. Those are the three main movies that I've seen in the last couple of weeks.
I definitely recommend Shazam.
Yeah.
I don't recommend Pet Cemetery.
Oh,
If
so
you have
good.
seen Shazam but don't want to watch Pet Cemetery, then go watch Hellboy.
Yeah.
I
I would say watch all
recommend
three.
waiting for. On Pet Cemetery, it's a hard pass. I'm not gonna go to the theaters to see it.
It was better than Us. If y'all saw the movie Us, Pet Cemetery was better than Us.
Oof.
Yep.
Hot take.
I said it. You heard it here. You heard it here, folks.
Hot take, bro. Those fighting words.
Well, go out, see it for yourself. Let us know what you think if you do see them.
Or if you want to wait for a long time, then like later
Or
on,
wait
like
for a long time.
6 weeks down the road, be like, "Hey, Robert, you were wrong. I missed out
Yeah.
on watching it in the theater." Blame Robert
Do it.
or blame
Okay.
Joe.
Whatever. I don't care.
Nah, with Pet Cemetery, your experience is not.
Oh,
It
it's
is.
so good.
It is a DVD. It is straight to Blu-ray.
The kid was so good. The kid was so good in that movie. It was great.
See,
loved it.
I like the old school Pet Cemetery, and I don't know. I can't imagine.
With
could-
Herman Munster.
Yeah, with Herman Munster, his
Yep.
character is creepy and really good, and he said the
Watch
ground is
out for that
sour,
road now.
and
John
then
Lithgow's in this one.
and he says the
And
ground is
pretty
bad.
creepy. Oh, well, the ground is sour in this one.
Does he say ground is sour in it?
That's what he says in this one. Multiple
Oh,
people say it.
Yeah, it's
because I saw
Spoiler alert.
a preview of it, and John Lithgow says, "And the ground is bad."
See, even Mel said the cemetery was better than she expected. I liked it.
Better than she expected, but was it good?
But was it good? That's a good question. Was it good,
look
Mel?
if you're fans of Stephen King, then this is not any better than the first one. I'll admit the acting is better,
Yeah.
but as far as like the overall movie is not any better than.
It's hard for me to see Tasha Yara on there and not think Star Trek in the old school one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The mom in the original Pet Cemetery, she played Tasha Yar on
I didn't see that since I
the
was a
Next
kid.
Generation. But
I'm not a Star Trek fan, so I don't know what
okay,
you're talking
all right, I'm the asshole here. Okay.
about. And on that note, so see, she said it was good.
All
so
right.
there you go.
All right.
2 against 1. All
I
right.
don't think we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah. Before we get into attacking each other on our movie opinions again, let's go ahead and call it a night, fellas.
We'll
So
take that
let's-
stuff outside.
Yeah, we'll take it outside with the green screen. We'll just throw on all the greens and they can't see us anymore. So that's going to wrap things up for us here in the CR Game Room. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and join our conversations on Discord. And as always, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.